He's the tallest man on the radio, so sit right back and enjoy the show. Flying through the air like a ballistic missile. Here's your host, Ben Kissel.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Ben Kissel channel. I'm Ben Kissel. As always, for the month of June, I'm hanging out with my friend Cheiknar Letang.
What's going on?
And for this week, we've got our friend Scott Dean. He's an actor. He's 5'8.5", and ladies, don't worry, he's taken. All right, we got another great episode for you. Today's episode, it's all food. Oh, it's all food, and I don't know why. The Lord's giveth food content today. So, there's a dude. And sometimes food, it's not just there when you're depressed. It's also there to save your frickin' life. There was a dude and he was stabbed in the throat. He was stabbed by this guy named Jamie Edney, right? And it was a big stab wound. And the dude lost 6.5 pints of blood from the attack. But what saved him? A kebab. This is no joke. So this dude, he's like, I'm bleeding to death over here. A guy takes out a kebab, slams it against his neck, and stops the bleeding.
To seal the wound.
This is him holding a kebab, not the kebab. So he got saved by the kebab, and because of that, he's still alive to this day. And Edney, the guy who stabbed him, he's in prison for 5.5 years.
That's shit.
Wow, this sounds an intense family barbecue, man.
I don't know where they were. I have no idea what they were up to. I feel like if I'm going to get saved by a food, I would think maybe a slice of pizza, something that could really cover up a big wound. You got
A
cheese.
French roll that could soak up some of that, but also put a little light pressure.
Exactly. Maybe a bagel from New York City. That's nice. It's fluffy. You've got a lot of content in there. Very high in calories for those that don't know. Secret calories in the bagel, but you get yourself an everything bagel. All of a sudden, you got onions, you got garlic, and now it's also covered in blood. What's better than that?
Drippy, crispy
Kebab worked,
bagels.
though. The kebab worked. Maybe similar way of doing it, kind of thing. You were just talking in New York.
Well, these guys, now I believe this is coming from the Daily Mail, so I believe this took place in the UK. So this dude, James Hobbs, he lost 6.5 pints of blood, which I didn't know you could do. I thought you needed all that.
How much does the human body hold?
I have no idea. You want us to find out?
Google it.
All right, I'll do a Google.
6.5
Harrison.
pints of blood.
Sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot. How much blood is in the human body? About 1.5 gallons. Huh. So there you go. So he lost a lot of that.
That math does not add up to me.
It really doesn't.
How many
1.5
pints in
gallons.
a gallon?
I don't know. Let's get back to the story, though. I originally pictured it as like the man then took the kebab and put it into the stab wound.
Well, it's very
in that
possible.
way.
I think that's what happened. I would imagine that's what
I
happened.
got a long hair hanging right here. I think it's...
There you go. You got
That's
that.
it, yours.
There you go. So James Hobbs, he used the unopened $3.40 meal to stem the flow of blood after he was knifed by Jamie Edney. And the knife wound itself was 5 inches long. So we all know what that's like. And it just missed his windpipe and jugular vein by millimeters. He'd be dead
Wow.
if it was not for the kebab.
Shit.
Wow, indeed.
Owes his
I'll never
life
eat
to the kebab.
the same anymore. I want to get one after this, actually.
I mean, I think it's one of the best foods you can possibly eat. There's no denying that.
Nothing about this story is appetizing to me. I'm not trying to eat a kebab after someone shoved it in a neck.
You don't eat
to save
that.
a life.
You don't eat that kebab.
Oh,
That kebab's done.
okay.
Yeah, no, they're not putting that
There's
back in
kids
the.
in other countries, right, that aren't eating. We should not waste that kebab.
Well, it's possible that he was able to just not chew it, just swallow it straight down the pipe.
A little bit of that flavor drippage in the back. That blood.
Get that white sauce.
I feel it.
Get that red sauce. So doctors told him he was lucky to be alive, but really, are we? He was lucky to be alive as he needed an operation to open his windpipe, which is kind of strange because he just got stabbed. It's a 5-inch wound. We got to open this
It's
thing.
open.
It seems
More
more
open does it
open.
need to be?
Right. So he says. So they say you got a little operation to open his windpipe so he could breathe, and then he needed 27 staples to seal the cut. No word again on what happened to the kebab.
Wow.
Yes, indeed. Judge Michael Longman from a long line of long men. He told Edney, that's the dude who stabbed this guy, that he was giving him the lowest sentence possible due to mitigating circumstances. Maybe this was a fight over food. We see this all the time at Chick-fil-A. We see people getting mad when the spicy chicken sandwich is running low. So perhaps Longman was like, you must have been hungry.
Unintentional stabbing.
Mitigating circumstances. Judge Longman said, you say that Mr. Hobbs lunged at you. Okay, so the guy that got stabbed maybe lunged at this guy. And then you raised your arms, and in doing so, you accidentally cut him. But that seems strange. Because how many times do you accidentally just jab a knife in somebody's windpipe?
5 inches into someone's throat.
Right.
Was it self-defense? Was he holding it, cutting up kebabs, and then this dude lunged at him, and then...
Well, these are the questions of our time. So the prosecution said effectively, in a single movement, you slashed his neck. So they say, I accept that you did not go out looking for trouble. This justice system in the UK is a lot nicer than ours.
I think 5 years is too long.
You think it's too... He almost killed this guy.
Based on everything you just said?
He almost killed this man.
It didn't sound like he walked out of his house to stab him. This is just like an accidental thing that happened. But he didn't die. Kebab saved him.
If it wasn't for that kebab, this guy would be looking at murder charges. He better eat a kebab every single day. He better pray to the kebab. Hell, kebab sounds like it could be a god somewhere. I like it.
You think 5 years is good?
I mean, he stabs someone in the neck for... I don't know. So they say, I accept that you were not looking for trouble. It was not begun by you. It was Mr. Hobbs who came to your door, and he did so with a temper. Interesting. So I think the man came to his house with a temper, or he went to the kebab place with a temper. To answer the door holding the knife was asking for trouble. You selected the knife intending to intimidate. And then they go on. I accept that you regret and didn't expect the injury or the outcome, but when you use a knife in the way you did, it perhaps is something you should expect. Because he was a big old knife wound. Yup. So there you go.
I think there's another layer to this story that we're not getting.
There's a lot of layers. Mr. Hobbs had previously told how he battled to stay alive for his daughter Molly. So Molly kept him alive. And he said, I think subconsciously I wanted to live for Molly, and I just didn't want to die like that. So thank God for the kebab. Without that, he'd be dead. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree with you. Some other layers. I'm not feeling too bad for the dude get that stab for some reason.
Well, I think that maybe you should, because he lost a lot of blood. But now he's still alive. So there you go. I don't know why you're victim blaming here. Seems a little strange.
I mean, I'm listening to you read the story. It just seems like there's so much more there. Like, it seems like he had anger issues to begin with.
He showed up intensely at someone's door.
Yeah,
Dude is so nervous that he has to grab a knife to answer the door. I mean,
True.
I've only done that like twice.
Yeah.
Then dude walks in, lunges, sticks the knife in his throat, pushes him outside, shuts the door, and then the kebab convention across the street saves this man's life.
There you go. Well, all right. Well, let's move on to another really newsy food story. Okay. This guy says, I eat raw bull testicles every day to boost my testosterone. So, it's a dude from Florida, and he went on social media. And what he does on social media to get all the likes and all the clicks, he eats raw bull testicles. And he says it helps him boost his testosterone. Sheik, you're a bit into health. Do you think this works?
If it does work, I would definitely start doing it today.
You would?
Yes.
Maybe just stick
very
with
important.
Yeah. Maybe just stick with eggs and avocado.
I'll do the bull testicle if it works.
You would eat a raw bull testicle if it helps you with more testosterone?
Is that what it is? Raw?
Yes, it's raw.
I would do it.
Have you seen a raw bull testicle?
I don't have to look at it.
That's what it looks like. You're going to eat that?
That's not so bad.
It's hideous. Oh my God, he's so Caribbean. Oh. Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting.
You would jump on board with this even though you don't seemingly have any deficiencies in the testosterone department?
Just because it seems like it doesn't mean it's not happening in the inside. As we get older, we lose testosterone. And that's one of our biggest fears as men.
I've seen the new... It's not my biggest fear. I want low T. Take that T, take it down. I don't care.
I need that shit.
What for what? You're not farming. You're not hunting every day. You go to Ralph's to get food.
Also, I'm single now. I got a sex life that I have to actually keep up with.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
And so,
all right. Okay.
Here we go.
Yep, there you go, buddy.
I wish we had a raw bull testicle and you could eat it right here.
Yeah, well, I gotta go find a bull. So the video shows this guy named John taking a knife to the animal's scrotum, and then he cuts it open, and then he just slams it right down his fucking throat. I don't think that this man would do this if social media didn't exist.
Absolutely not.
There is no way in hell that this dude, he looks like someone who works on Wall Street but like isn't allowed near the schools. There is no way that this guy would do this in the privacy of his own home. This is the social media erosion of the human mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he jacked? Is he in good shape?
He's not even in that good of shape. No, just he's a normal looking dude.
Oh, he looks like a giant 8-year-old.
He's kind of chunky, as a matter of fact. Yeah, he does look like a giant 8-year-old.
he just got started.
It's like my uncle in a suit. I'm going to eat these bull testicles.
No, he did not just get started. Also, he's drinking a martini made of blood. He's trying so hard to be extra. Oh, I don't know. Day 3 of eating raw testes, he says, for science. But what are you trying to figure out here? Many people just say he's completely insane. I feel bad for the bulls. Just a bunch of bulls running around now without balls. That's got to be embarrassing for them.
And he's cutting it off live and then doing it?
Well, I think he got the scrotum from his scrotum guy. You know how everyone's like, I got a guy.
Yeah.
You ever watch Pawn Stars?
It's one of those bills that just says meat on the outside of it.
Yep.
Yep.
He's like,
Yeah, shops, depending on where in the country are, they probably sell this over the college out there.
maybe
You
Pawn.
know way too much about it.
Well, he loves them. He wants bull balls so
There
badly.
are a lot of things that are done in other cultures that here in this country we find completely disgusting, but people's like, yeah, this is why we eat.
I'll take a rack of ribs and let me get 7 scrotums for my videos this week. What do you think the price is for a bull scrotum?
Scrotes are the best. I'm not quite sure. I'll find that out in a second.
More or less.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be cheap?
What the fuck is
What are you talking about? This is not. Yeah, they're probably cheap. I'm pretty sure usually you just throw it away
in those
until Dumpy Dickhead over here comes by and be like, I'll have a scrotum. And then he gets a scrotum.
We don't know what happens in other places, in other cultures.
This is in America.
So obviously there's a demand for it somewhere in America.
For this man.
This one man, he's cornered the scrotum market.
In one clip, the content creator, he makes a BLT. Balls, lettuce, and tomato. What the hell? And he used the scrotum in place of the burger bun. Another video shows the creative culinary whiz, that's what they called him. They said he made testicles with pasta and pasta sauce, and he called it spaghetti and meatballs. Emphasis on the balls.
What if you don't know what it is and it tastes good? Do you have a problem with it?
No, because that's called a hot dog. This is a raw testicle. It looks like the Lord's burrito.
I just don't know why you're getting behind this so hard.
He's been off all day.
Know the truth about
He's been off all day. This whole episode is horrible because Sheikh is just, he's on the side of the stabber. He's anti-kebab and pro-balls.
And apparently has low test.
Well, he does not have low. He needs to lower his T. Oh, my.
Taking no chances.
Gosh,
the bull's testicles.
But I will say, again, there is no way that this dude does this if there's no cameras around.
Absolutely not.
There was another dude I was following on Instagram. He just eats butter, and he does this whole thing, too, where it's those, like, raw testes, all this crazy-ass shit. I don't know where this trend came from. Men, you're fine. You know, you're good. You don't need to eat those balls. You got a pair of nuts, baby.
Deep breath. Go for a jog.
Go for a jog.
Just jog a little.
Brother, keep doing what you're doing. I do what you're doing. I stand by that one.
Yeah, there was that other guy too, the Liver King. Remember the
Liver King,
eating raw liver, and then it came out that like it was all bullshit.
It was all steroids. It was bull balls. It was bull balls. I'm sure there was some shit on there though, because you know the shit.
Well, he also balanced it with a little bit of steroids.
You could
We're
tell.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that why you talk like this?
Right. And
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, Liver King. He's a little shorter than you.
Oh yeah, he's a little guy. He's got to be 5'7".
And I feel bad. I do feel bad because he so badly wants to be seen as a man. And he is a man. You can be a short, they say short king. Isn't that coming up here? Isn't it like 5'14" to 5'10" or something? 5'6" to 5'10". It's like those dates. So that's
Short King month.
Yeah, Short King week.
Short King week.
It's Short King week, definitely. But yeah, the Liver King was like, I don't do steroids, and it's like, come on, why lie? It would just be like, you know.
He had a good little run though. He was in the front row of some WWE stuff where his head was barely above the rail.
Cute.
Well, here's the reason why I don't think it's so
But
crazy.
it's just sad that men are searching for masculinity in such weird ways. But go on, Chick.
When I was growing up, when I was a kid in Haiti, my parents twice a year used to give us castor oil and have it swallow it inside just to basically cleanse the body.
All right.
And to just drink it, one of the most disgusting things ever. As a kid, you're drinking it.
And this is like witchcraft, or?
No, it's just to cleanse the body twice a year, just to like purge your body of all the bad stuff that you eat.
That's not so bad.
You don't think castor oil? Have you ever tried castor oil?
No, I haven't. I didn't grow up in Haiti.
It happens in other places where you just eat bull testicles and then things
But
like that.
what's castor oil made out of?
What is castor oil made out of? That's something we'd have to Google. We call it something else in there, but it's.
I don't see how that is the same as eating a bunch of raw bull testicles.
I don't think it's. If once you have it in
also-
your head like the whole bull testicle, but if you also think how bad castor oil is, I don't think this. I've never tried bull testicle before, but I've had some really disgusting.
What's the
things
most
that were
disgusting
good.
thing you've ever had?
That was it. The castor oil thing as a kid that you had to take twice a year, so you can shit your brains out and be cleansed of it.
I mean, it does sound fantastic. I'll take one right now. I'll take a pint of it.
I'll get the recipe from my mom for you.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do. Have her come and deliver it herself. So, this guy, John, he's only known as John. Okay? Because God knows, he wants to keep his last name private, otherwise the paparazzi. You know, they're always like looking for the next big ball star. He came to prominence. They say the word prominence, and I'm not sure if that's the right term. By eating raw chicken every day for 100 days. He ate raw chicken. And I guess he didn't get sick. So now he's moving on to the balls, which I think is just absolutely fascinating. So he successfully pulled off eating raw chicken for 100 days without getting salmonella. That surprised a lot of people on social media, although maybe he just got it and didn't say anything. I don't know.
I got to draw the line there. Raw chicken, why? For what reason?
You draw it on raw chicken, but not raw bull testicles.
Cooked bull testicles?
No, they're not cooked.
Oh, they're raw.
Oh, they're raw.
We've been saying raw this whole time.
I'll still go for the raw again.
You would rather go for the raw bull testicles than the
it's
raw
not gonna
chicken.
hurt
I'd eat raw chicken.
Yeah.
So this is what John wrote. He says, "We were always told that organ meats, especially testicles, will take you to the next level."
By who? Who told him this? I haven't been told this.
He wants to go to the next level. So you got to level up there. And it got 37,000 views. And he says, how would eating bowls of the cow not make you have huge bowls yourself? It's the same.
All right.
I don't know. It's the same way when I eat spaghetti. I'm not Italian.
Or a noodle.
Or a noodle. Because that's just not the way the food
Wow.
works. So
Wait,
he's
37,000 views is...
it's pretty good. I mean, he's eating. Is it worth ruining
worth
your
putting
entire...
on a sport coat and drinking a blood martini?
No. But this is the world we live in.
Give it that attention.
Yes. So he says, this is the science we are here to test. It's very loose science.
Yeah.
It's
and
a
who
little-
is we?
It's just him. I just watched the movie Weird Science. That was fun science. They made a gal. She was very smart.
Yes, that's the kind of science we need to be leading into.
This guy
Hot chick science.
seems to be a little dull. He says, I will be eating balls and updating daily on many aspects of how I feel physically and mentally. So anyway,
Wow.
and more power to him in a lot of ways. He's not hurting anyone other than potentially himself.
Yeah.
It's just, I do want to know, did his mom hug him? Like, does he need, because I can write him some jokes. I can get him, like, if he really needs this kind of attention, I can get him some
Get
attention.
him over the top. You got it.
You know, all of us when we were kids, or
He
at
uses
least
a little castor oil.
use the castor oil.
We'll do you some good, man.
He also does a thing where he just like slams the raw eggs, but we've all seen that. That's Rocky stuff, which is disgusting to me, but it's not really, you know, so far out of the realm of what we've seen in the past. And I do think bodybuilders actually do just slam raw eggs.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, which, again, I don't know. But
There are substitutes.
so anyway, all right, another kind of food adjacent story. Remember this guy, Armie Hammer?
I remember well, yes.
He's an actor. Did you know him?
I didn't know him. No.
No.
I knew his wife a little bit back in the day.
Isn't that
A
something?
little acting class friend.
Oh.
Very, very, very sweet, amazing person.
Fantastic. So Armie Hammer, apparently he was accused of cannibalism, but he says that's not true. And now he says he's grateful that he was accused of cannibalism because it made him a better person. So isn't that fun? He was on a show and he was talking about how people were talking about how he likes to eat human beings, and he thought, well, that's a little bizarre. So he was laughing about it and stuff like that. Apparently it's not true.
Okay,
Did
well,
you
I know
ever
a
notice-
little bit about this story. Apparently, he had sent like a series of texts, I believe, where he was saying he wanted to do certain like
Cannibalistic
things.
Like the
But it's
cannibal cop.
also really convenient for uber wealthy people to be like, I'm so happy that this thing happened to me and I've just changed my life. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy that my
Well-
career ended.
There was that story. Remember the cannibal cop story?
Oh, no.
This dude, so he was real fucking weird. I think he's out of prison now. But he would do a thing where he was a cop and he would like look through the registry at like where people lived and stuff. And he had like some duct tape and stuff like that in his car. And he had this real like super intense fantasy about putting people in ovens and then having sex with them and all this stuff. Anyway, he ended up going to prison, but I'm fairly certain he got out on some like First Amendment technicality or something like that. But it happens. It's not between this and bull testicles. You know, I'm starting to think McDonald's has to lower their prices again because people are really starving
Desperate out there.
for something. This is what Hammer says. I don't know anything about this guy. He says, whatever it was that people said, whatever it was that happened, I'm now at a place in my life where I'm grateful for every single bit of it. So he even claims about eating other people. He's just fine with that being out there. So isn't that interesting? He said he had low self-esteem before, but now he doesn't. So I guess low self-esteem. He had low self-esteem.
Movie
So-
star, billionaire kid.
you know
low
that doesn't matter.
self-esteem. Yeah.
You know that doesn't matter. The Nepo baby, they call them Nepo babies. They call them that. And it is, sure, maybe you are born with a little bit of money, but suicide rates are quite high. Because where do you go when you're born at the top? My papa was a German immigrant truck driver. My mom did foster care. You know, I used to say I come from nothing, but I don't. I come from something. But I didn't come from the top of the top. So if you're a kid, like, look at Chet Hanks, right? Of course he's going to act that way. What else is he supposed
Is
to
he
do?
acting up?
No, he just pretends to be Jamaican.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Castor oil and bull testicles. Those are his go-to.
Yeah.
He
But
read
when
the memo.
you're born at the top, I almost feel bad for him. I really do. Yeah.
I don't have that in me. I don't have that. It's a luxury for you to be able to just decide you want to commit suicide. Like, I got to go to
It's
work
not
the
a
next
luxury.
day. I got to go to work the next day. I don't have that fortune.
You,
Who's going to pay the bills?
not you anymore.
I don't know. I'm tired of feeling sorry for billionaire kids.
All right. Well, there you go.
I'm a little bitter.
Well, that's
A little.
you seem a little bitter today. Goodness gracious. Well, let's move on to another food story. The oldest wine ever was discovered, and you know what it contains? Cremated human remains.
Oh,
This whole day is weird.
wow.
It's a weird show today. So anyway, the oldest vintage is people. The oldest wine ever discovered. It was found, and it contains cremated human remains. Is it possible it's just cremated human remains and not
Not
wine?
wine at all.
This is according to Jose Rafael Ruiz Ribola.
Oh,
He's an organic chemist at the University of Cordoba. He says this was the first time something like this has been discovered. They were analyzing it, and they say it was discovered in 2019. It was found in a Roman tomb, and it's 2,000 years old. Among other artifacts, this subterranean treasure contained a cremated bone remains, a gold ring decorated after the two-headed Roman deity Janus.
Okay.
Don't mess with Janus.
That's my mom's name.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You know she's a Roman deity.
She's the real deal.
Hell yeah.
4'9" and just so nice.
Yeah.
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 Something secret in there.
It was 5 liters of reddish brown liquid. So I think they're just calling it wine, but it maybe was just a little baby or something. So he says, we did not expect it to contain liquid, much less the quantity we found. Until now, all the funerary urns found contained only cremated bone remains and various objects related to funerary offerings. So I think this person died. What did Barry love the most? Wine. And they put him in a little urn and filled it with wine. That's kind of nice.
So it's just wine.
What's that?
It's just wine.
I believe it's just one. Yeah. So they did a bunch of pH tests, and the chemist says, we looked for biomarkers, which are chemical compounds that unequivocally tell you what the particle substance is, and it turns out, indeed, it was human remains. Wow. They also found fruits, vegetables, and things like that. So don't drink that wine.
So this man, it seems, was just cremated and buried with his favorite beverage.
I think
I
it
like
sounds.
this.
I love that idea.
Not bad.
This made the booze the oldest wine liquid ever, eclipsing the previous record holder, a 1,700-year-old bottle from another Roman tomb near Speyer, Germany, in 1867. That's according to the Smithsonian. So the oldest bottle of wine ever found also contains a little bit of people.
Vintage.
Very vintage. Very vintage.
Would you drink that?
No. I would-
So bull testicles, yes.
yes,
Oil,
Wine?
yes.
if it's good for me, it boosts testosterone.
This will boost your.
This is
will
another
boost your
human's full
testosterone.
burnt testosterone right here. Put it in your
The
body.
whole humane thing, human remains, and they kind of kills it for me a little.
That's where you draw the line.
That's where I draw the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
I draw
indeed.
it somewhere.
And they do have a funny little quote here. They say, in other words, the body might have been dead, but the spirit lived on. Because it's wine. Oh, all right.
I like that.
Yes, indeed. So there you go. I guess that's an option. I would like to be buried or marinated, I suppose, in Mad Dog 2020. Remember Mad Dog 2020? Mm-hmm. Only the Primo wine. It's vintage. It's from 2029, baby. It's from the future.
Yeah, just put me in box wine, I think.
All right.
A little straw.
Little Franzia.
Yeah,
A little Rossi.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, right?
Turn the
Rossi.
handle. Good taste.
You know what? Franzia, it's fine. I guarantee you if you did a taste test, blind taste test, everyone would say, oh, what is this? This is so nice. A sommelier, perhaps, would be able to tell you that's some fine wine. No, probably not. It's very sweet.
Listen, you just got to be in the right mode. You're like, today
You really
is box
do.
wine day, and you just submit to it.
All right. And just lastly, 2 quick stories here. Pizza Hut, they're closing a bunch of stores in Indiana abruptly. So it's very interesting. 15 Pizza Hut restaurants that were located across northwestern Indiana, they're all closing. Which, isn't that sad? Indiana has nothing. The only thing they have is in Gary, and that's the house that Michael Jackson was beat up in. And they have a little sign that says, welcome to Gary. And when you go to Gary, they haven't fixed it up. It's sad. Indiana might be the saddest state in the Midwest, and I'm from the Midwest, and I love the people of Indiana. It's their leadership that is absolute garbage. And perhaps that's the reason why Pizza Hut is closing 15 restaurants. So in a June 7th lawsuit, Pizza Hut alleged there's this group, EYM, and EYM had breached its franchise agreement and subsequent forbearance agreement that they reached in 2023. So Big Papa Pizza Hut, Pizza the Hut, he's looking at this EYM group and saying, you're not doing enough as a franchisee, you're out of here. So now the great people of Indiana, which is already a desolate state, not known for pizza, now they're going to miss out on 15 Pizza Huts. And it's an election year. This could swing the whole thing.
I mean, it's interesting as like as the Big Papa, you have to, set a list of checks and balances and standards that need to be maintained across all Pizza Huts. And shit, right?
I agree, and I am Team Pizza Hut. I worked at Pizza Hut for a little while. I was fired for putting 2 string cheeses into the stuffed crust. You're only supposed to put 1 string cheese in the stuffed crust. I was also fired from Taco Bell for putting 2 pumps of sour cream and all the beef on there.
Why are you changing the recipes in these places?
I'm not changing the recipes. I'm increasing the recipes.
Making it better.
Yeah,
making it better. These are wins.
Yeah, all
Did
my
you
friends
hear the
do.
things he said?
Yeah. Yeah, why are you making it disgusting? He probably thinks Chipotle is getting too big. He's like, oh, these orders are really... I got 3 scoops of rice on my
looking
Chipotle.
for that bull testicle order, too. Just bringing in those
more generous
bull
these days.
They are more generous. But Pizza Hut's, it's a solid go-to. I was fired, but no love lost because I was in the wrong. I remember when I was at Taco Bell and I was fired for putting all the good stuff on the burritos and stuff and giving it to my friends. The guy who owned the thing, he tried to talk to me about cost analysis, and I was like, buddy, I don't give a shit. This is about getting as much beef to my buddy as possible, and I really don't care how much it's costing you. But anyway, this EYM, this group of franchisees, they had a history of late paying fees. And they owed Pizza Hut. Oh. I would rather owe the gosh darn mob than owe Pizza Hut money.
Yeah.
You know Pizza Hut's pissed. You got Papa John's already out there stealing their stuffed crust without even mentioning. That's what pisses me off about Papa John's. First of all, they have a hamburger pizza, which is simply the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I showed you.
Yeah.
And it has pickles on it.
No, fuck.
And it's got like this weird, like, I don't even know how to describe the color of the sauce. It is nasty. And then Papa John's comes out and we're like, oh, we got stuffed crust, but you better thank the Hut.
Tip the hat.
Tip the hat. You didn't come up with it. We know you didn't come up with it.
No.
But anyway.
In high school, my buddy, his mom worked at the Pizza Hut in town. And
That's what you want.
When I would stay the night at his spot, next morning we'd go there with her early and she'd make a breakfast pizza.
The Pizza Hut lunch buffet.
Is that cold pizza? Breakfast pizza?
No, but it had egg, sausage, bacon. All the breakfast stuff just came out.
The best. The Pizza Hut lunch buffet was simply the best. We got kicked out because there was only $4.99. All you can eat? I don't think so. Because I wasn't done yet.
I'm going to be here all day.
I tried.
Checking in.
I tried.
Do you guys like cold pizza? This is a little different now.
Totally fine. I'm fine with it.
Not cool with cold pizza. My
cold
girl
pizza is
would just
fantastic.
grab cold pizza and take it.
Yeah.
No, I need 8 minutes at 3:50.
Oh no, you're really missing out. What are you, some kind of puritanical?
I'm patient.
You a
That's
Mormon?
what I am. I'm patient. Why
That's
not
like
have
a
it at
jackass to me.
best?
I'm on his side of this one, like grabbing a whole cold pizza. And I've seen it done, and I just never understood the whole thing behind it. Like, what does it taste like? Isn't the taste gone?
You ever have hot water?
Yeah.
And then you ever have cold water?
Yes.
It's kind of like that.
What
are you talking about? What does it taste like? It tastes like a taco.
Compare it to hot water and cold water.
It's cold pizza. What is wrong with today's episode? Is everyone? You had too much sex, so you're useless.
No sex.
No, you did. That's why you're like all drained up. Shake is, God knows what got into him. It's both boring and stupid. By far the worst episode yet.
Oh no. Well, that feels a little aggressive.
Lastly, and this is going to hit home. The last Arby's is closing in Hollywood.
I saw this.
This is devastating. It was there for 55 years. They're blaming the $20 an hour minimum wage law, and they say that's the nail in the coffin to Arby's. I used to love Arby's. Trust me. The beefy cheese you used to get like 5 for $5. The mott sticks were so killer.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened though. I also used to work at Arby's, and the meat would come basically liquid. Then you got to put it in the fridge, let it solidify a little bit.
What did you do there? Did you do anything to get?
Oh, was I fired? No, I was in college. It was an Arby Sabaro. My friend Noah was the manager, so I don't think I got fired. I think I just stopped going. I think that's what happened with that one. Just stopped. That's college.
It's a shame, though. This is like a
sad.
staple of Hollywood. It's been right there on Sunset Boulevard for years, and it's one of the old school Arby's that still has the giant hat and the sign. And anytime I would have an audition that went good or bad, and I was in Hollywood, I would flip through there because my mom and I used to hit Arby's as kids.
Yes.
When I was a kid, and I love this Arby's. I've been there so many times.
It's sad, a little bit sad, isn't it? And I love the traditional cowboy hat thing. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing about Los Angeles. There's some horrible things about Los Angeles, but one thing that I do enjoy, I like all the pop art, like Circus Liquor. They got that famous, weird ass cloud outside of it for no reason. It's just a liquor store. There's nothing circusy about it, but they just got a big ass clown. That stupid ass hand that's holding up that car.
Yep,
there's a lot of cool pop art in Los Angeles, and I really hope that Arby's sign finds a home. It belongs in a museum.
I'm sure it'll find somewhere.
I hope it does. Anyway, it's officially gone, just so the audience can see the hat there. That's the classic. That's your classic, so we'll pop that up there. But it's gone. Gary Hush, the general manager of the Arby's location, clever last name, he says, with inflation, food costs have gone way up, and the $20 an hour minimum wage has been the nail in the coffin. Hush is the son-in-law of 91-year-old Marilyn Levitan, who opened the Arby's franchise in 1969.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's been a long time.
Wow.
You know what? I would try to save it. Also, can't Arby's? I don't know if it was the $20 an hour minimum wage thing. What were they paying them before?
Roast beef.
Yeah, that's what they paid me in.
What? We got to pay? I will say that every single time I went there, I never had to wait in line or saw another customer.
That's the problem. I think that's the problem. I think the minimum wage is a bit of a red herring. I think it's the fact that no one was there.
They keep using that as an excuse, We're
When is it closing?
Way too much.
I believe it's closed.
Oh, I was going to say I'll swing through.
Well, let me see. Hold on. It's the latest restaurant to shutter since the state boosted the minimum wage. It's done, bro.
Wow.
You missed it.
They do have a bacon swish chicken sandwich there that is next level. Next level. Don't put roast beef on top, double stack it, cry.
Yep.
Can you make that home?
Well, this is what Hush said. He said a lot of the offices around the area closed because of COVID. So they're not getting the foot traffic because all the offices are closed. So they're not having the desk warriors go there for lunch.
I don't know if that's possible. It's literally next door to Netflix.
That's what Hush says.
It's next door to Netflix. The biggest,
Oh, but they're not ordering roast beef. They're Netflix.
They're having kale salads.
Yeah, they're getting chopped.
Testicles.
They're getting all that. So bull balls.
Catered stuff,
Yeah, all of those sorts of things. So, closed permanently. So, anyway, R.I.P. Arby's. R.I.P. this episode. All food news, though.
I'm hungry.
So I did those testicles.
I did stick with what I said I was going to stick with.
I like that.
Thank you all so much for your support. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to the political show as well. And is there anything else? Nothing?
Juneteenth?
I had a great time. Yes, it is Juneteenth.
Today's Juneteenth. So
Juneteenth!
Yes.
Congratulations, Sheik.
I'm happy to be here on the other side of it.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Bye.
Spin Kissel.